Necro is broken, like really broken. And to prove it, I'm going to show you the mathematically optimal core Necro build that completely breaks the game. Before we get to how this is possible, let's talk about damage. How does it actually work? If you look at your weapon skills in-game, each of them has a damage number attached. This number looks nice, but is also completely wrong, and by that I mean it is fake and not used in damage calculations. The actual way damage is calculated is much weirder. Take your weapon strength, which varies by weapon type, level, and rarity, multiply this by a coefficient which appears nowhere in-game, multiply that by your power, and divide it by the target's armor to get a base damage number. Then multiply all of that by offensive and defensive modifiers like critical hits, might, or protection to get your actual damage number. Of course, it's not this simple. Some multipliers are additive and some are multiplicative, meaning they stack with each other and interact in different ways with defensive modifiers, but you get the idea. In other words, damage can scale off of multiple different variables like power, ferocity, might, and unique damage buffs. The exception is lifesteal. Lifesteal skills, like soul shards, have two parts, a damage half and a healing half that scale differently. For whatever reason, lifesteal damage is calculated differently, using a flat, predetermined value and then adding on modifiers. In PvP, this scaling is basically non-existent for the damage side, but quite high for the healing side. That probably makes no sense, so to illustrate this, I did what any sane person would do. I downloaded a Python library to let me build a 3D animation that shows damage versus healing scaling on lifesteal skills. As you can see, increasing your power doesn't really give you much more damage, but increasing your healing power gives you way more healing. This has several interesting implications for PvP. 1. Lifesteal builds can run full tank stats without sacrificing any damage. 2. Lifesteal ignores tank stats like toughness, making it great at killing bunkers. 3. I can use this to break the game and make people rage. Take Signet of the Locust for example. This 20-second cooldown skill gives you movement speed and strips boons in an AoE on cast. Running Sage Amulet and Atrocity Relic, an optimal traded Signet of the Locust on 5 targets heals you for... that can't be right. Over 17,000 health?
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no! That's the hell no! Whoa!
No, really, it's absurd. Now let's demonstrate how broken this build is. On the left, we have a Power Reaper with full DPS stats, and on the right is a Bunker Necro with healing stats. When both of them do the same combo with Spear, Bunker Necro does almost 90% of the damage of the Reaper, despite investing 0 stats into damage. Sound balanced to you? It gets better. Start by taking Spear, and add every lifesteal utility and trait you can find. Next, take Sage Amulet, which gives us health, condition damage, and healing power without sacrificing any power damage. Last, take Staff with Transfusion because it's giga broken and it makes you borderline unkillable in most matchups. Let's count up how much lifesteal we have really quickly. Signet of Vampirism is a 7k base heal that removes a condition and also procs Signets of Suffering, which is a base lifesteal on up to 5 targets, plus removes 2 boons which each steal additional life. We already talked about Signet of the Locust, but at base it's going to remove boons, each of which heals you, plus it's going to proc Signets of Suffering, which is going to heal you for each target struck, plus it's going to remove additional boons because of Signets of Suffering, each of which is also additionally going to heal you. Same with Plague Signet. It procs Signets of Suffering, meaning it removes 2 boons from your ally, sends 3 conditions to them, heals you at base, and heals you for each boon removed. Of course, we have up to 6 soul shards from Spear that we build very easily, which do high flat power damage, as we talked about earlier, and will also be a significant heal. In our traits, we have Blood Bond, which we will be proccing off CD, which gives you another passive Signet of Vampirism. We have Vampiric, which is a passive lifesteal on everyone around you, and we have Vampiric Presence, which is going to be a passive lifesteal for you and all of your allies, and is going to do more damage and heal more for you and your allies when you're in Shroud. The traits that really matter here are Signets of Suffering, which gives Boon Rip and healing on all of your Signets, Vital Persistence, which scales incoming healing, and everything in Blood Magic because it's broken. This setup is optimal because Lifesteal gives you power damage without any power stats, meaning you can invest completely in condition damage and healing. And boom, that's the build. You're now playing the game on easy mode. Before the transfusion nerf, this build unironically won almost every 1v1 in the game, including the mirror into Terramancer. Post-nerf, it's still pretty strong, but not quite as oppressive, and while I don't think it's meta, Lifesteal Necro is a great demonstration of one of the more obscure and ridiculous mechanics in the game. If you enjoyed this kind of video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future.